Welcome to Connection is the Medicine podcast. I'm your host, Eaden Shantay. Today I welcome Brook LeVan of Sustainable Settings in Carbondale, Colorado. Brook is an artist, poet, teacher, rancher, alchemist, and biodynamic specialist. He and his wife Rose operate the 240-acre ranch which sits at the base of the majestic Mount Sopris, or as the Ute Indians called her, Wemagooah. On today's episode, we explore intention, divination, inquiry, biodynamics, and relationship to self, land, and spirit. We also delve into the curse the Ute Indians placed on the region before they were violently removed by white settlers in the late 1800s. Thanks for joining us on Connection is the Medicine. Hi, Brook.
How are you?
Great.
Yeah, awesome.
How are you?
Steeped in gladness.
Beautiful. I want to start with an intention, and then I'd like you to share an intention.
Okay.
Mine is just to fully receive you and welcome your knowledge, your wisdom, your beauty, and create a space that allows us to inspire and share and connect with our listeners. How about you?
Well, I'm a conduit, so I will do my best to allow for all of it to flow through cleanly. And yes, certainly you included the ponderables and the imponderables, the seen and the unseen. And my intention is to be as clear a conduit as I can be for you at this time and for anyone else who's listening.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, that's our work.
So good to be here with you.
You too.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
I'd like to begin with you helping us to connect.
When I came in, you were burning incense.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a critique of your practice, but be careful what you wish for when you get sensitive. And I'm not assuming you didn't do this, but I'm hearing it would be a good thing maybe for everyone else too. And there's a couple of pieces I'd like to read.
Yeah.
Incensed by your smolder, unrecognized for your sacrifice. In our recognition, with this fired intention, we free your bonded beings. Go upstream through all the dung and earth into all the matches, bouts of consequence, paper, cardboard, kindling, sawdust, herbal oils and gases, ancient forests felled, compressed in embers promises, limbs, twigs, and forest duff, reborn in self's returning, holy compassed yearnings blessed, hallowed bramble starts acknowledged. As we light you incense, we liberate your beings, free to roam, spontaneous, deserving spirits, sheathings. And that was a download. I mean, the poetry and whatever comes in and all the work comes through nightly work. And nightly work is a practice that we've learned to do and to build our beings, because like plants absorb sun and nutrient from father, mother, they grow at night in another realm. They don't grow during the day. And you can measure this if you go out. You could put a measuring stick at day and at night, and you would see the jump or the development or the shifts in vitality in a plant at night. So we learn during the day in our experience, and then we experience into being at night.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the nightly work. Dreaming, I think, my opinion, is a bullshit word. It's nightly work, and this is where we work, and we need to retrain ourselves in where to work and how to work, right? What I just read about incensed is about the entities in incense.
Yeah.
Everything's alive. And so in this practice or this thing we're doing, if everything's alive, we need to acknowledge that and them and ask them and thank them. So acknowledge, ask, and thank are the foundations of evocation and or building our relationships. And this turns into a practice and it is practical in all of our work. And we've learned this as agrarians. We've learned this as stewards. And the land has taught us this.
Acknowledge, ask, and thank.
So if you were to break down a prayer or a blessing or an evocation, there are nuggets that you want to respect, or there are avenues in the river that we need to bring into consciousness and into intention. We are amazing beings.
And the question I have is, have you found in your life that if you come with the right intention, that these invisible beings in many cases are happy to help?
We have trillions of staff that we could not afford on the ranch. I am not the farmer. I am not the rancher. I am a steward. And it's my job to create an arena for all of life that we co-create with to do its best work. So that's a very different approach from the domination of, the current what's called, ironically, conventional agriculture. Really what we're doing is conventional. If you go back in time, in the many thousands of years of humans greeting the land, right? There was respect, there was reverence for all of life and for the spirit and soul and the etheric.
Have you found in your experience that when you come with good intention and truly acknowledge and ask, that these entities, these beings, these elementals, all of these forces that are around us have an openness to supporting us and contributing? Has that been your experience?
This is practical and this is affordable. And we are, I don't live in scarcity. I live in abundance. And, there's an interesting story when we got here about the Ute curse. I don't know if you've heard this.
Yeah. Tell us about the Ute curse.
So
because people talk about that, and I'm sure they have different angles on it.
Whatever. I have my angle, and I'm talking to her.
Yeah.
And her name isn't Mount Sopris.
Yes.
It's Wemagooah. And that's a story.
Yeah.
That came from Clifford Duncan of the Ute, wisdom keeper. In 2009, he told me her name. That's another story.
So tell us about the Ute curse.
Again, my opinion and my take on this.
Which is what we want.
Well, but in working with indigenous and in doing our field studies, in Africa and China and other places, we've been blown away really in the roots of our Western materialism and realism foundations and conditioning was shaken to its, it was burning the golden calf. You could look at it astrologically or astronomically, what was going on in the cosmos. The Egyptians were Taurus. They worshiped the bull, right? And fertility and all of that. The scarab beetle, right? All that. All of their gods and they were in Taurus, which is, right, Earth, an Earth sign.
Okay.
So when they were brought across, parted the waters, all of this metaphor is, by the way, this creation story is just rewritten. It's in many other creations stories.
Yeah.
And so if we stay in this one track, this, whatever the Bible is and whatever rendition you want to talk about it, it's still a wonderful parable and story to learn from. Humanity was in Taurus. And so they crossed over and they brought their old thinking with them. And they still had the golden calf. And Moses went to Mount Sinai and got the message direct, right? No experts, no intermediaries. We have this available to us. And that is empowered. I've worked with LDS, Mormon folk, worked with Lakota, worked with indigenous Africans and South Americans. And, in our work that we've really begun to do at the ranch and really in the last few decades.
And when you say the ranch,
Sustainable Settings is 5 miles south of Carbondale, and it's a 240-acre parcel
in Colorado, because we've got international
it's
listeners.
in Colorado, and it's been the ground where we have come to know ourselves. But it took time.
Mm-hmm.
Because first we did everything horizontal, all the good sound organic and permaculture and what is now being called whatever, regenerative.
Regenerative agriculture.
Call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
But let's get to work.
Yeah.
And so calling in, doing all that.
Not just faith, but good works.
Oh,
right.
Yes. This is the thing that interests me. You can go off to a retreat and eat kind of lousy vegetarian fare. I'm a meat eater. And you can have an experience and you come home and you don't bring it into your daily practice. Or if you do you? And how is it practical? I am practical. If it doesn't, this isn't woo-woo.
Yes.
This is who. Who are you, microbes, fungi, protozoa? Who are you, etheric elemental beings? Who are you, right? So when we go in and we work on help someone in a consult, we go in and we say
their land in most cases.
We get called on to help people with the land consult. I'm not a human body healer. This is an arena, but so is land. And this is the whole cosmos. We are amazing. Think about all the physical systems, right? The neurological, the whole thing, the breathing, the blood. We're like walking cosmic, amazing, right?
Yeah.
But we were never given a owner's manual. Every part of us can be utilized to focus a particular intention. Every vertebrae has a route, has a rhythm, has a resonance time. And if we get to know that, we can articulate our healing, our therapies. And that's what we're doing, is trying to understand that. That's what all the codes of all the mysteries are about.
Mm-hmm.
And we're surrounded by it. Look at her. Look at him. Her? Him.
Him. Shiva.
Him. Shiva.
Shiva Nataraj.
So we have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva.
Correct.
The triumvirate.
Yes.
And we have Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother.
Yes.
That's what the Holy Spirit's mother.
Yes.
Do we know that? Do people know that?
Well,
it's not all masculine.
Tell us.
Yeah. So we, if you're coming out of a strong Christian male-dominated patriarchal system, you think, oh, it's all men. No, male. No. Father is the polarity. Silica. Look here. This is silica. This is about light. This is actually Lemurian crystal formed during that period. It's called Lemurian. It's not just regular old quartz. Not that is bad, but it's good stuff. But this happens to be, you can see the striations in it. We call it Lemurian crystal. So it's pre-Atlantean.
Mm-hmm. Pre-Atlantean, yes.
But it's crystal and it's silica, right? It's in your cell phone. It's in all the satellites. It's in our everything.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's an antenna and it's the Father. And that's light and quality and form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we have the Mother, manure and earth, right? And this is foundational biodynamics. Steiner harvested from the wealth of the world these practices, which we found in other places. We'll get into that where the old woman cooks when we get into that.
Which is a new seminar or workshop that you're offering.
Yes.
Where the old woman cooks, but we're going to get into that later.
We'll get into that.
I still want to know about the Ute curse. Don't forget about that.
Okay, so this is
tell
how
us
it's going to go.
about the Trinity.
Rose always says, you can't talk to people like this. I said, you know what? We have to talk systemically now.
Yeah.
My frustration with PowerPoints and chalkboards, I love them, but whatever. But we need a holographic projector. Hasn't somebody invented that yet? I want to be able to pull from here and show you the holistic and the integration and the dynamic. Right? the biodynamic. We live in a dynamic universe. This is Steiner.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that we are working in the realm of the living. Very simple statement. How does that echo out into, right? We are so out of tune. Our organs of perceptions are atrophied. Intentionally, I think. If we had a chalkboard, which we'll bring maybe next time, we draw a lemniscate or a figure 8. See it?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the apex is us. Above here is soul and spirit. Below is the etheric and the physical. And there's a gap. There is a space, a spark gap right there between them, between the soul and the etheric, can you see this?
Yes, I can see it, but I have a question. What is the difference between the spirit and the etheric? Explain what etheric is.
Let's do this, a nice thing, and this is a Steiner little demonstration or thing. He drew a little cup. It could be made of brass or clay or something, and it's an oil lamp.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little vessel. We pour in it the oil. That's the etheric, the life force.
Okay.
Your auras emanate. So in biodynamics, in agriculture, the manifestation of the Father is in the crystal, the transmission of light and quality and things. So we grind this up, we fill it in horns, and we put it in the earth, and the earth is our crucible. It's alchemic. This is alchemy. The earth is our crucible, and the cosmos is our fire, and our will is our fire. And we direct the transmutation of this ground silica in a horn, and we bury it in early June, and it goes through the summer celestials, and it's transformed.
So in this horn
Yes.
that you have, it's not just silica. We're talking about a Steiner influence, biodynamic preparation. What else do you put in that horn? And I know we're diverging.
So that's
still got to get back to the Utes.
We will. So, but I mean, these polarities they're interesting to understand, and they're at the beginning of our toolbox, because when we have positive, negative, science turned this,
and we still haven't blessed our water.
We got a lot of work to do. So let's do the polarities here.
Okay.
So we have the Father.
Okay.
And we have the light, right? And these are stored in a building at the ranch, in the light, in the window. All the different white jars, of different kinds of crystals. Yeah. So Steiner said use quartz crystal. Okay, that was 100 years ago. Lloyd Nelson, who's my co-creator in these workshops, and has 20 plus 30 years, who knows, of biodynamic foundational prep making. He's a prep maker.
I appreciate Lloyd. He's done the preps for True Nature Healing Arts here in Carbondale, and the growth that has happened here because of his preps is just incredible.
Okay, we have to always remember in this work, it's not me, it's not you, it's through us.
Yes.
So when no worship.
Yes. Amen.
No worship. You don't worship Steiner. You don't worship Goethe. You don't worship Christ. They're all stories.
Yes.
To help us be. Period.
To be our divinity.
To find our beingness and to evolve our beingness. Because we're on an eonic trip. It isn't just one little smattering of whatever. How old are you? 50 something, 60?
I'm 59.
Huh?
59.
Yeah. So whatever that means.
Yeah, whatever that means.
So, when you talk about Lloyd, and he's wonderful, we all have our work.
Yes, absolutely.
But
don't we ever?
Yeah. And he knows that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he is enthusiastic. He just exudes this, And so the word enthusiasm comes from the ancient Greek word that I can't even, ethno, momo, and whatever. We could put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
which means inspiration of a God or God within. That's enthusiasm. It's not excitable, right, that we kind of have turned it into. We've turned everything into the profane. We've taken, this is an example, we've taken the spirit out of our language, out of our whole life. This has been done to us.
What do you mean by profane?
Well, there's sacred and there's profane.
So the opposite of sacred?
Yeah.
Okay.
And many of the people we've worked with live in sacred space and time. We don't.
Okay.
We are the most unceremonious, I've said this to you before, we are the most unceremonious beings maybe there's ever been in this Western material realism. It's been a war on spirit, and we have to counter it, and that's our job.
Is that a perpetrated endeavor to disempower us?
And control.
And control
Absolutely.
us.
That, when I drew the lemniscate before,
yeah,
that place, right?
Yeah.
That gap between their spirit, soul,
Yeah.
the space, us. That's us. That's the firmament. That's the diaphragm of life that we are in. And it's our job to enliven that and keep that gap, spark gap, clear and firing down into the etheric and the physical. We are the conduit right there. Do you understand? And so what they've been doing, we know, in all their methods, from bad water, bad food, pounding us with, garbage and propaganda and crap, and, and then putting it right in our hands, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. That they have corroded that essential gap.
It's like a spark plug with corrosion.
Exactly. Right. The gap is not it's not even set correctly to fire. It's also just gunked
It's out of alignment and it's gunked up.
Right. Good. Out of alignment and gunked up. And so our job is, in our beingness and in our work, is to clear that. So we are the conduit.
And we're moving through that
flow.
infinity.
They've stopped the flow.
Yeah.
They've eroded everything and all the comforts, the long neck bud on the couch with the game. Now, that could be a meditation if it was done consciously. I don't know. But they've given us, and we crave comfort.
Yes.
And if we're comfortable.
And run from discomfort.
If we're comfortable, we're not learning. But we do. That's like, oh, that sounds like a lot of work. Do the work. Evolve. Consciousness and beingness is not a straight line. It's a stair step. And sometimes you step down a bit. You started here, so you step up, you go through, and you plateau. Then you might, and then you go back up. But once you've crossed over, you won't allow yourself probably to fall back into the profane.
Once you've crossed over, what?
You know what I mean. Once you have understood.
Yes, understanding.
That there are other realms and that we can operate in other realms. And that science and mathematics has its strengths and it's useful.
Yeah.
But it's not the be all and end all. So crossing over out of pure material realism into, which is physical, mechanical, right? You are a machine. Your heart's a pump. What the hell? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And turning all the living things into nouns, all the verbs into nouns.
So there's the heart as the pump, and then there's the etheric, the energy of it.
Then there's the heart as the cup or the vessel for consciousness to move through us. There's a germ of life, you already have it, but that we need to earn in the initiation process. In this, where the old woman cooks, there are initiation steps. Burning the golden calf is a very serious endeavor in your being. I can describe it, but you don't go do it until you are ready and confident, and you have grounded your work to a point where you say, all right, buckle up, I'm ready for this.
And when you say burning the golden calf, then you're saying that that's a personal experience for everyone. It's an initiation. It's a rite of passage. It's a part of our evolutionary process, moving from the material to the etheric to the spiritual.
In soul and spirit.
And so on.
And so, you're the only one who can do that. You can have guides, you can have people help, and it's tough.
And so back to that infinity, the infinity loop that's vertical, you're making that infinity loop vertical with that spark gap between us.
Yes.
And that
it's
part of
the etheric soul bridge, I call it.
The etheric soul bridge. And
that's us. That's our job.
That's our job.
To maintain, and we're the stewards of that.
Both within and out.
That's right. And if we don't do the inner work, we can't go in there and clean it, keep it clean. We're actually perpetuating the corrosion if we don't do our work.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to kick your spiritual ass. Right?
Yes.
I'm not here to be your buddy. That's how I start the seminar. Okay? So if you can't handle that, come back when you can, or don't come back, whatever, but let's go. We have a lot of work to do, and it's not going to be fun necessarily. But when you get into it and you gain the freedom and you find out what we are truly capable of, it's miraculous. We need to, and we can, take charge of our experience. We have everything we need. We just don't know how to use it. We're amazing beings, and we are capable of far more than we are taught. And they probably don't like what is going on. They don't like that we are finding our power. We become unfuckwithable. We are so lit and so clear. And when we start doing the work, I am a stickler for measuring before we do the work, doing the work and measuring, or we don't know we're making progress. So measure, work, and measure is critical in our development. So I'm kind of a data freak of another kind.
And when you say work, you mean our inner spiritual work.
I mean evoke.
Our cleansing of that spark gap, our coming into alignment.
Yes, but turning that into a practical tool to evoke and amplify our relationships with the life that we co-create with. We're out of relationship. This is how we get back in relationship. It's thank you, wood. Thank you, water. Thank you, mineral. Thank you. Thank you, air. Thank you, fire.
Yeah.
Right. So
those were actually the first, at least several thousand years back, the first primary deities in the Hindu tradition were the 5 Ayurvedic elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. A little different from traditional Chinese medicine. But then in time, it evolved into all of the deities, because the deities are encoded with the teachings of the scripture. But first, it was the elements. For many thousands of years, the elements were the deities.
The gates. Did you say the gates?
I said the deities, but the gates is also a great word, because this is a doorway. That's all it is a doorway to spirit.
What's in his hand?
A variety of items.
Yeah, but mainly there's a flame.
There's a ring of fire for those that are watching on YouTube and not listening. But you'll have to check out the YouTube to see the Nataraj Shiva dancing in a ring of fire.
Which is what?
Consciousness.
Eternity or consciousness.
Consciousness.
Okay. And so
which is eternal.
Yeah. So the flame is burning a gap in that, opening us up to a glimpse of eternity. And right behind is a ticker, a timepiece in the other hand.
Oh, right, a drum.
And so we are trapped in time.
Mm-hmm.
But occasionally Shiva burns open a gap in eternity and lets us glimpse into eternity, right? So this is ongoing all the time. Reality, especially material realism, that's failing by the day, by the way, is constantly in time is our trap. Time is a construction, by the way. Wait a minute, what time is it? Oh no, it's an hour later than you just said because it's daylight savings time. Oh, it's okay. We can manipulate time that way. So we are trapped in time. We are trapped in our perception, our construction of time. And we can get out of time. When we do the evocational work, we create an altar or a cradle of love or whatever you want to call it, like a chalk circle, or we consciously blow 10 circles in incarnating around us with our work to do. Right. So this is, and so we come out of space and time, and we're in the altar. We're in the sacred. We create a sacred space. We're free to work. No gravity, no limits. We can call in things we know. We don't have to go get the substance. I know it. I don't have to go get the horn manure. We've made it. We're intimate. We know it. We've used it for decades. So I can go, out of that space into prep storage, and we get the substance or the idea or the intention and bring it in and imbue the work we're doing. You follow? Yes. So we have the ability, and this is what we can do, is create unity, right? We want to bring unity. So we create a sacred space to bring unity to things. We're creating preparations, Steiner called them, or we call them, or evocations, blessings and prayers and things like that, in order to bring unity back into our world and into our experience. And when we unify, we sanctify. And we now live in a sacred time and space. Now, if you're going to create and do this work, there are methods. There are many ways to do this. To create a sacred space, one method is to consciously, together, whoever we're working with an intention to create something, to co-create something, we create an altar. And we do that by, one way to do it is to blow.
Okay.
I have to talk about the blow and who we are, because our blow is powerful. Blow 10 times in a incarnating or a counterclockwise circle. So we're creating an altar. Then we work. Then after the work, and we do our evocation, our intention, and we bring everything together and we create a unity that we will take out as therapy and medicine or blessing or whatever for the land or for our daily life in our homes, or, we are at work in our business. Then we blow the opposite way, 10 clockwise circles, and we let ourselves back out into profane or whatever reality is. And so we're jumping realms. And when we do that and we create that, we are free in that space. It's advanced work.
Okay.
There are steps and there are levels of conscious gains and beingness that some have it already. Everybody's different. And it brings up what I talk about in seminar is there's a danger in our conditioning in the West, in material realism, that we want a bag of tricks, and we want formulaic responses. And what true science says and what true spiritual work is an inquiry. And we must stay in inquiry.
I love that.
Not grab onto, oh, I know. And you bring me to Costa Rica to do a consult on your land.
Mm-hmm.
I don't come with a list, 1, 2, 3, ABC of things that we come and we get together and we greet the life and we say, hello, how are you? I'm attracted to you, life.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you and I acknowledge you. This is the acknowledge. And then you ask, can we work together?
Mm-hmm.
Ask. And then you get a response and you go, thank you. Acknowledge, ask, and thank.
I love
so this is how you begin a relationship.
I love this. I'm getting excited about Where the Old Woman Cooks seminar. I'm getting excited about this, Brook.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, there's some learning here.
So the dilemma for me is to be careful. I don't want to limit anyone.
Yes.
But
there's the steps.
There are steps. And if you start leapfrogging, especially when you get into some of the more advanced stuff, it'll scare you, or it'll be like, what the hell is this door?
Yeah.
We need to open a glimpse of eternity and get that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Shiva.
A taste.
Whoa, wait, there is something else.
Mm-hmm.
Pull back, the old alchemist pulling back the veil, and looking, right?
Yes.
I love that image.
Yes.
And so first we need to get there, and then we need to say, and then we understand that, oh, we are amazing, and that we can be a vehicle or a conduit for the shift of bringing greater harmony and balance to the world. Really practical, okay? I'm not interested in just a lot of theory. I mean, I study, and I look at all these traditions, and I read, and I'm reading Sufi poetry right now. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This is new for me. Rumi I had before, but there are others. I went, oh, who did Rumi read? It's like Steiner. People go Rudolf Steiner and they worship. I go, whoa. Do you want to be like Rudolf Steiner? Read or study what Rudolf Steiner read and studied and practiced, because he was polymath.
He was what?
A polymath. He studied many, many, many things. In his 20s, he was given the task to organize Goethe's library. Whoa. Right? The German Romantics, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we didn't learn about in our education. You can't go back in our textbooks and find Goethe and the German Romantics, or a lot of German, right, stuff. And I'm not saying they're the be-all and end-all, but they are a section of time and space where there was a delivery and a reaction to the monarchy, to control. And they were the Romantics.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually bred what became the English Romantics and the American Romantics. Emerson, right? All that came after them,
mm-hmm.
for the most part.
Thank you.
And so that 10-year period, came out of, Hegel and Schiller and Schelling and, and Novalis, right? That thinking came out of that time. Right?
Mm.
But we were not given access to that as Americans, as young Americans in the 50s, 60s, 70s, it maybe broke open.
Now I want to stop you because I want to get back
to the Ute?
Well, no, we're going to get back to the Ute. That's our hook. That's our hook on this podcast, is when you're going to share about the curse of the Ute. But we're not going there.
We're going to get there.
We're not
Thank
going
you,
there
Shiva.
yet, because the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and creating a wand.
A triumvirate.
You were going to talk about the creation of a wand.
Okay.
Between when we were on break, you shared you wanted to finish up on that topic before we got to the curse. And then how many other things we got to get to. So you got to do this for us.
Okay. This is life's
and
work.
then we still got to bless our water, which we were supposed to do at the beginning.
Well, if you want to drink, we should do it now, but
yeah, let's do it now.
So look, but let's do this wand part.
Okay.
So thank you for the water.
Thank you.
And thank you, water. Watering. Alive. Water's alive. And so let's do the triumvirate so we can work.
Okay.
Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Father, Son, Holy Mother, Spirit. These are triumvirates. We are amazing. We are the cosmos, we are a crystallization of the entire cosmos. Look at how we're made. Physically, the expression is crazy, phenomenal, right?
Yes.
All the systems, senses, organs, right? We're amazing, skeleton. But how do we use that? We weren't given owner's manual. Maybe that's what I need to write. Maybe somebody needs to put that together because we're powerful and we need to do that. And so the triumvirates.
You would think the spiritual traditions would be an owner's manual, but within them, there's a lot of, when the human ego came in, it covered that sacred fire of knowledge and such, and it blocked us from those spiritual traditions being a true owner's manual.
Exactly. So the code is out there. It's all out there. But it's been, veiled from us over and over and over again. And it's that soul etheric bridge. We're not firing anymore. We're not in flow. And so we can't access the code. And the code is there. We're not making up. I'm not going to make it up. All we're going to do is say, look at this tradition, look at that tradition. It's all there. But what's missing, I think, is how does that translate and become practical?
Yeah, I love that you want to bring it into the practical.
We are a tool. We are whatever. We are the conduit for this work. And how do we do that? And so that's what these seminars are. That's what we learned from the land the last almost 3 decades in our work there.
In relationship.
In relationship with that, slowly, first all this physical horizontal, and then the tap is like, hello, the vertical. And so when we
first horizontal,
first do all those things that you think are good and you think are good, not chemical, not big, massive machines, but it's okay to mechanize also, because you bless the entities in your tractor and your implements. Everything's alive. Thank the mineral world. You think your car runs on purely physical material stuff? There's a lot of action going on that we are not aware of. So
thank you.
Thank you. That cost much?
Mm-hmm.
Genuine, authentic. What do you know about this? We're all wearing clothes. Okay, I'm drifting again. But we know nothing. We know nothing. And we put these on. What's our wardrobe? Our wardrobe is disconnected. Everything in our life is disconnected.
Yeah.
And it's alive, and they're waiting for us. And when we bring it back into consciousness.
Oh, I can't drink this until we bless it.
So we're going to get to water here eventually. But so the triumvirate, so when we find the code, like a triumvirate in different traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are many. I go, wait a minute, cool, conceptually, get it. How is it practical? Father, Son, Holy Mother, this is our wand. I'm a dowser. That helped me understand that eventually I'm using copper rods or sticks or pendulums. Those are crutches. We need them, Like we need the preparations in biodynamics to open the gate to show us that that we can speak with life, that we can communicate. The rods, my yes, my no. That's the start. I mean, I didn't bring rods, but we could do that for you, with you. And so first you ask, Source, thank you, right? Can you show me through the copper rods my yes and my no? Your yes and your no. Show me my yes, boom. Show me my no, boom. Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I've taught hundreds to DAOs, and sometimes they go to color. Oh, I see red, yellow, orange, yes. And I said, what's your no? Well, blued into black. I go, great. Develop that.
Mm-hmm.
Become articulate. Use it. Practice. Right? So how to make things practical? We read the parables. We read the story, the creation stories. So what's the metaphor? So it's about decoding and deciphering the parables and the stories. That's our job, is to decode, decipher the stories and turn them into practical applications to bring about unity and sanctifying space and time again and creating harmony and balance, because we took everything apart. But this is how we can bring it back together. We can put back together what we took apart, but we definitely have taken things apart. And we've ignored. You know Emoto's work?
Yes.
So the 3 glasses of water. Love, he writes in one, he writes hate on the other, and the other ignore. And he walks by the one and loves it. Oh, I love you. Oh, you know. The other one he hates, you know, rah, 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 rah. And the other one. And then he freezes them and you get pictures and crystals or not. And the love is this incredibly symmetrical, beautiful snowflake crystal. Love. Hate has structure, but it's not symmetrical. It's asymmetrical, but it still has, you know, it's got a blob and then like crystalline structure. So hate is a relationship. Love is a relationship. And then ignore, it's a blob. What relationships do we know in our lives that work well on ignore? It's almost better to hate, but I think love is the answer. But you see what I mean?
Yes.
And so this is our intention manifest as crystalline form. That's what Emoto brought us.
Yes.
Right? And so when we start looking for how do we tune our beingness into a working, practical steward, it's all in the codes. It's all in the stories. And all we got to do is harvest them. And then, so we take our triumvirate, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Mother.
Yes.
I like to always put the mother on there because people get confused.
Yeah.
And this is Father. This is Son. This is Mother. Holy Spirit. This is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Whatever.
Yes.
You call it. This is our wand. When we consciously bring that together in an advanced and practiced state in this work, we can do work. Let's do the water.
Okay.
Thank you. You offered me a glass of water. What was my question to you? Where's this?
Where's it from?
And who is this water? So always ask who. Who are you? Well, I'm watering, but I've been through pipes. And I've come through maybe the public municipal system. But I was also run through an intention and a machine or whatever to purify, or what do you call it?
It was an RO unit, reverse osmosis.
Great. So that was your intention to purify.
So it was cleaned, but it wasn't energized.
That's what you said. It's clean, but it's not energized. Here's a drink that's clean, but not energized. Thank you very much.
Although we do have devices here at true nature, which do energize.
Is this an insult?
No. So
this is a fuck you. A very nice fuck you.
A fuck you drink.
No.
A fuck you beverage.
So how about
the
purify? What did you call it? You did something but not energized.
We cleaned it.
You cleaned it.
But we didn't energize it.
You didn't energize it. So let's energize it.
Yeah.
So watering, the verb alive, water in the stream is living water. What's it doing? Right? It's doing that. It's alive. It's going through vortexes. It's bumping up against the banks, and all the life is drawing it in and pushing it back out. It's living water. You handed me water that was what? Cleaned but not energized. It still had life of a layer, but it's not what it can be.
Diminished.
Right. It's diminished. But it's clean. That's good. And on this, have you ever been to the Ganges?
Yes.
Yeah. And you've seen there's a woman doing her laundry here.
Yeah.
And there's a family pushing a body out, a dead body out into the river. And then there's someone doing their dishes. And then there's a woman downstream of it all gathering her water, the sacred water of the Ganges, to take home and drink and cook with.
Mm-hmm.
In our mentality, in our pathology and physical material realism, we would die. We would think about all the possible things and give them power. And for them, this water is sacred.
Mm-hmm.
Copy?
Yes, copy.
Yeah. Spirit. It's powerful. That's holy. It comes off of where the Tibetan plateau.
Yeah.
So does the Yellow River that we traversed. That's another story.
In China.
We went to the source and drank from the glacial source of the Tibetan plateau up in the Himalayas, and to understand China, the culture, but also to understand Tibetan and culture, and also to understand watering. So we actually went above 15,000 feet with yak trains and Tibetans to drink from the glacial source, not navigable. You walk across the streams, the source of the Yellow River, and then we followed it out to Bohai Bay, the Yellow Sea, through over 3,333 miles. So that we go to the source. In a lot of our work, we go to the source. So we're still here. So the source for the triumvirate it's encoded everywhere. So we take it and we are incredible, and we say, this is the Father, this is the Son, and this is the Holy Spirit, or this is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And together, this is our wand.
Okay.
Advanced work, but this becomes a tool to purify our water. Come here. What did I just draw?
The infinity symbol?
Vertical and horizontal, though. Right?
Oh, you went vertical and horizontal.
It was this, right? And this. Right?
Did you do infinity in two directions?
Horizontal and vertical.
Mm-hmm.
You purify things, or you can. The other thing is, be careful of anything like this getting fixed. Nothing's fixed. Science says it's got constants, except it's Rupert Sheldrake that exposed that, the speed of light changed from 1972 recently, and all of your assumptions and calculations and hypotheses are based on that constant. In other words, science is our current imagination. It's our current mythology. It's our current cosmology. And it has its benefits. But everyone else isn't wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They have their worldview.
So practically speaking, how can you and I and our guests successfully enhance diminished water?
Well,
teach us how to do it.
Okay. In the work, we begin to understand what we are capable of. And it takes steps, and it takes trusting ourselves again, because we've been taught not to trust ourselves. We trust experts. Pour your water in here. So in our becoming and in our understanding of who we are and what we're capable of, we gain in our abilities. Like any new language or any new practice, you have to do the work. And then you test and experiment. You're in inquiry, always. Testing, experimenting. Oh, good. Oh, it worked. Measure, work, and measure. I'm gaining in my abilities. And you feel it, you see it. It's measurable. You can use your pendulum. You can use rods, copper rods. You can also understand that this is your best instrument.
The vehicle, the human temple.
Your being, your body, your physical, etheric, soul, and spirit bodies are your best and optimum instrument. And so we use these things to amplify. That's all they are. It's crutches. And they also amplify after a while, which you will let go of, because you're getting, your yes is like a jolt from your hand up to this place, or your knee twitches, or whatever. Your instrument, your gauge is yours, and I can't tell you what it is. But in working with you, you can go, oh, I'm feeling a little, something in my ear, whatever. And so this is your instrument. And so after a while, we need these things, like we need the biodynamic preparations, to understand how substance responds really into the field.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the field, and we are of the field, and we are the field. And when we really get that,
we are in the field.
We are in the field.
Of the field.
We are of the field.
And we are the field.
We are the field.
Yeah.
I am.
Yes.
And that is freedom.
Yes.
And with that, you can work. Once you understand that, it's amazing what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Copy? So when we use instruments outside of our being, they are just amplifiers. The rods, yes, no, they point, they find water, all of these things, the dowsing rod, or the fruit stick, the tender, whatever, and the pendulum,
Mm-hmm.
or muscle testing. But that is actually closer to you being. And so after a while, you'll get to a point where your yes is a certain response in your being, and you got it every time. And you can let go of the crutches.
Yeah.
Because you are now tuned and conscious of your yes and no when you talk to life and source.
I understand.
Copy?
Yeah.
Okay, so this doesn't mean you're behind or whatever, or you're we're all learning.
Yes.
And so show me your yes.
Okay.
And show me your no.
So I'm going to ask this pendulum to show me my yes.
Mm.
So not near the water, just in general,
No.
show me a yes.
Yes.
So it's got
think about a yes in your life.
It's got a clockwise rotation.
Okay, good. Clear it. Show me my no.
Show me my no. Oh, and yeah, show me my no.
Okay.
And it's a counterclockwise rotation on the pendulum.
Okay. So when I use copper rods, my yes is this, and my no is that.
Okay, so crossing inward is a yes.
For me.
For you, crossing out
That's for you.
Right.
Anybody watching or listening.
I'm trying to just translate for those that are just listening who aren't seeing this.
But what I'm trying to communicate is that is the Eaden and Brook gauge.
Sure.
That doesn't mean it's your gauge.
Right.
When I work with Lloyd Nelson, we collaborate with the biodynamics, he does it wrong. We jokingly say when we're teaching people,
Yeah.
and they all laugh. But what his yes is the opposite of mine.
Yeah.
The rods are wide open, and his no is crossed rods.
Got it.
And I'm yes, crossed rods,
Yeah.
and no. See, and so it's your gauge.
Yes, I understand.
And so when we are measuring also, it's not important that on a scale of 0 to 100, that you and I both get 64. But you get 59 and I get 62. I'm not getting 21 and you're getting 98. You can actually begin to judge the quality of...
By putting it from a number of 0 to 100.
You create the scale.
Okay.
On a scale of 0 to 5, what is this pasture? What is the overall vitality of this pasture before we do any work?
Mm-hmm.
So there's your scale.
Yeah.
Right? And if you get a 6, if it blows by your end thing, but does stop, it's important when you're dowsing that you go till you get a no. Then you come back and you get precision.
Got it.
Copy. And so on a scale of 0 to 100,
yeah,
and this is harder to do, it's going to take you a long time to do, but I'll get a number and then you can ask yes or no. How about that?
Oh, sure.
So I'm going to gauge the water as it is. Now, thank you for the water.
Mm-hmm.
And with all the good intentions in the water.
Yeah.
And in your gift of the water. And thank you, watering.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, water.
What do you mean by watering?
Verb.
The being of the water?
The being of water.
Okay.
It's not a thing.
Yeah.
It's not an it.
It's not a noun.
It's not a dead noun.
Yeah.
It's
an alive being.
Being, yeah. An entity. Water. Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Air.
Are there more than one entities within the water? Or is there just one entity in the water? Is it a collection of entities?
Here's the problem. In our thinking, in our culture, we taxonomize and we break things down into parts.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is no possible way we could name all of the life that is in this glass of water.
Okay.
So we say watering, and we know that and we say all of the life we co-create with, because there's no way you can list microbes, all the different microbes, protozoa and fungi and species, you just, and when you just say consciously, we know that, thank you, all of the life we co-create with.
Thank you, all of the life we co-create. Thank you, all of the life we co-create with.
Copy?
I do.
Yeah, not, you hear, everybody's getting aware about soil and microbes and fungi. Great. What about all the seen and all the unseen and all the imponderables and all the forms, all the forces, the dynamic? What we do is say nitrogen, phosphorus, right? Potassium, isolated things, not the entire matrix and dynamic aspect of nitrogen. When we say Saturn, we think of the planet form, not the entire orbit of it, the influence of it. And so we have to get over our making parts, our reductionism, everything to parts. And we do it. It's tricky because it's in our conditioning. And so we really have to think differently. And so my job in these seminars is to catch you as an initiate. You're bringing in your assumption. You're turning everything into a part down. You're breaking up the dynamic.
I understand.
Okay. So, okay. So watering. My God, just imagine. Do you see the snow, the rain, the mist, the dew?
The whole cycle.
Huh?
The whole cycle of water and all the...
the oceans, everything. The dynamic of watering. Thank you.
Thank you.
Plants are water. So incredible.
Yeah.
So you just say, and they know. It knows. But they, who is water? Who is water? Who, not woo, woo. Who?
Who, not woo woo.
That's right. Who are you, water? Who are you, silica? That's silica. Right?
The glass.
That's a vessel.
Yeah.
I mean, a vessel of light.
Yes.
That the other cup you had before is a vessel of mineral realm.
Silver.
So you thank the mineral realm. One of the things we do in initiation early on is to pay our debts. Because, and it's okay, we just don't know. And so we've run over the mineral world and the vegetal world, the plant world, and the animal world.
Not knowing that it's all alive.
No, we didn't know, but we have bulldozed them. And so so part of the initiation is to pay your debts to the mineral world, the plant world, and the animal world. And it's a little thing, a process, and you only need to do it once.
Really?
But it starts to clear your way. It's the acknowledgement that, hey, sorry, we didn't know, but now we're trying to learn, and we're here to communicate.
Beautiful.
And we're here to work with all of you. And so this is one of the steps in the initiation, is paying our debt to the different realms.
Does that include an apology?
Yeah. But it's also, and they get it. Well, the response is, yeah, well, you didn't know.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Okay.
It's not like it's about time. Well, maybe sometimes it's that. I don't know. And so this is a whole different approach to agrarianism, and we are agrarian.
It's speaking to an openness to the connection and the beingness of all things.
Right.
And that's really important. Understanding. That's an important intention with which to meet moment-to-moment experience.
Yeah. It clears the path in relationship. It begins the relationship on a whole different level. We need to do things differently. We need to make love in a new way. And this is working in capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E. Working in love and truth and beauty. If we aim for truth and beauty in our work, there is abundance. There's no scarcity. We have a lot of work to do. Look at the world.
Yeah.
We don't need to list the examples. In finding our triumvirate and our wand and our being and how to work practically, there's a Hebrew word called mekom, M-A-K-O-M. And mekom is a sacred location where one can live in the heart. And it's a galactic residence of interiority in us. What a word. Mekom. So it's where we may be drawn to the vast beauty of all, of the one. Mekom. So we go to our Mekom. We go to our place in our heart. Another aspect of the initiation is receiving the germ of life. Some of us have it and we don't even know it, and we don't know how to use it. So these are steps, but these are early steps. And then we can get to a place where we can operate on a whole different level, in different realms. And so, practical always, right? Measurable. Measure, work, and measure. So, thank you for the water. Thank you, watering. Through our makeup or through our being, we're going to ask first. We're going to say hello. We've said hello. We've acknowledged the water and the mineral world and the silicate and the foundation of watering too, the plants that made the tree that made this table, and air. And we are the fire. We are the will. Okay? So we have all the ingredients. We have earth, air, fire, and water right here. Right? So let's use it. So how can we utilize it? So first we said hello, we've acknowledged. Now we ask, what is the overall vitality of this water? What is the overall vitality on a scale of 0 to 5 of this water? And overall vitality means the physical aspects of the water, the etheric aspects or the etheric body of the water, the soul body of the water, and the spirit body of the water. So we're going to do quick because we're on this time thing. Overall vitality means
all of
physical,
those.
Etheric, soul, and spirit bodies.
Okay.
You're going to measure. So I want you consciously understand that when you say, what is the overall vitality of the water on a scale of 0 to 5?
And it's interesting because I already have a sense in my being of where it might be.
You got a number already.
Yeah.
I know, but see, you don't need that. You don't need, that's what you have to listen to. You don't need the pendulum.
Right.
But you have to trust it.
Yeah.
It took me a year or so to actually drop the rods after years of dowsing.
Yeah.
I got the impulse in my body. Then I tested it.
Yeah.
And I made sure. And then once in a while, I even still get them out. But I don't need them anymore. But, I used to get out in the field and go, shit, I forgot my rods. And because this is the ultimate instrument. So you already have a number. Yeah. Right? Okay. I mean, I don't have to write it down.
Yeah. You'll trust me.
Yeah. So, so you could also verify with this if you want it. You could go, is it 1 or better of scale? First you set the scale.
Yeah.
So ask, what is the overall vitality?
What is the overall vitality
of the water?
Of the water.
In these glasses.
In these glasses.
On a scale of 0 to 5.
On a scale of 0 to 5.
Is it 1 or better?
Is it 1 or better? And I'm getting a yes.
Okay. Clean. Stop.
Clean.
Is it 2 or better?
Is it 2 or better? The overall vitality of the water, and I get a yes.
Okay. Is it 3 or better?
Is it 3 or better? And I am getting a no. And this aligns with what I was thinking.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you got to know. So come back.
Yeah. Is it more than 2.5?
Is it 2.5 or better?
Is it 2.5 or better? And I'm getting a yes.
Is it 2.7?
Is it 2.7 or better? And it's no.
Okay.
It's no.
It's going to no. So is it 2.6
Is it 2.6 or better? And I'm getting a yes.
Okay, so see how you get it?
Yeah.
So this is how you measure.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
When in my mind before?
Well, in your being.
In my being.
Watch the mind thing. The idea that all that we experience could be housed in this little chamber is absurd, by the way. There is a cosmic library that we have access to.
Yes.
That is constantly, there's a chicken cloud, there's a cow cloud, there's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a plant cloud. There's a technology cloud.
So we got 2.6.
Yeah.
And mine was, in my being, was around 2.8.
Yeah, I was 2.4. It's okay. It's not 5 and 1. We're in range.
Right.
And our gauges are our gauge.
Yeah.
So we're within range, right?
Yeah.
So this is medium. There's intention. There's something there.
There's something there.
Yeah.
But it's diminished.
But, well, we could ask, if you want to get into it, we could ask what it was. We can go out of time.
What it was when?
Well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
What was it in the Atlantean time? It'd be off the charts,
Right.
probably. But you can go out of time and ask, because time is a construction.
Yeah.
And this is a head trip for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I go, okay, go back 2 hours ago, or go back when this was in the aquifer or snowmelt. What was its vitality in the crystal river or in the aquifer? Whoa, I got a 5. Right? So, okay.
Yeah.
So you can go back in time, but that's this is why I don't know if we should put this out there.
No, I don't know if we're ever going to get to the whole Ute curse. Utes were the Indians, the Native Americans that were a part of these lands here in the central mountains of Colorado,
who were in tune in sacred communication or relationship.
Yeah.
More so.
Yes.
Than we are.
Okay, so now
now we have a measurement.
Yes, 2.6-ish.
Huh?
2.6-ish.
Yeah, 50% of what it could be.
Yeah.
When you do this level of work and it goes beyond your scale, let it. If this goes on a scale of 0 to 5 to 6 or 7 or 8, but find the no.
Yeah.
It's not 9, for instance, and come back and get an exact yes. So it might be 8.1. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even though we set the scale, we're working with things we do not understand, right?
Yeah.
With forces, and that through us. And so if it does go over our gauge, our set scale, allow it to, and then you'll bump up against no, and then come back, and we'll get it. Okay?
Great.
Okay. So first, now we understand what it is. Thank you. Hello, watering. And we know who you are and where you are right now. Ask with your pendulum, just for the sake of verifying you're already operating. Can we work with you to amplify your expression?
To amplify your expression.
So that when we partake, or when we bring you into our temples.
So when we bring you into our temples.
You are bringing to us the optimum vitality we need to evolve.
Is this water right now optimal for our evolution? And I'm getting a no on the pendulum.
Right. It's clear.
Yeah.
So we just said, okay, can we work with you to amplify this?
Yes. Can we work with you to amplify our evolution? And the answer I get is yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have permission.
We have permission now.
We've asked.
Yes.
Good?
Good.
Acknowledge, ask. Now, do we need to do anything? Ask.
Do we need to do anything?
Do we need to evoke or blow or do anything to bring about this optimum expression?
I'm getting a no.
We just did it by asking.
We just did it.
You can use your triumvirate and go over it. It's going, okay. So we can do it verbally. We can speak.
Yeah.
Part of our being is this cavity. We can take in, and when we take in and when we speak, we load that with our fire into word, and that transmutes things and brings about a higher resonance through us. First, there was the
through us, because it's not us doing it. It's here. We're invoking that connection, that relationship.
Right. We're the conduit. We're the spark gap between soul, spirit, etheric, and physical.
Mm-hmm.
And we are clean and clear, and we can operate. Practical. First, there was the music of the spheres, the orbs going through space, creating a frequency, right? This is science documenting it finally, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love when science catches up. So, music of the spheres. So there's sound. First, there is sound. It's the creation myth.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is word. The word. Then the word said, "Let there be light." And there was light. We are light. This is light. It's all light. This is all light. Manifest. The creation myth is about that movement out of the cosmos and consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Is the word, is the sound.
From sound to word to form.
To light.
From sound
To form.
to word to light to form.
All form is forces come to rest in our experience. But it's all light, and it's all sound, and it's all consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is conscious.
Yes.
The vegan argument I don't get. Because when I know as a steward and I pull a carrot out of the ground, I hear the microbes, fungi, protozoa going, "Oh my God, where did you go? My relationship has just been disturbed." Eating is a violent act.
Regardless of what you're eating.
Regardless of what you're eating. You are shifting life into death, into the foreign substance that you need to bless like this and bring into this space here. This mouth and saliva is our means of taking foreign substance, transforming it into our optimum nutrition for our being. Sacred act. Chief Orville Looking Horse was asked about this at a slaughter, a kill of a mammal, an animal, a buffalo. What do we do, Chief, when we are confronted with the need and the experience to kill or to take a life to create food for us? And that's a carrot, a cabbage, or lettuce, or tofu, or cow, or buffalo, or turkey, chicken, pig. Okay. And so he said, pausing, everything is ceremony. And we need to respect life. And in ceremony, we bless and thank. We acknowledge the life, all of the life in the ground for the carrot, and all of the life in the ground and pasture and air and cosmos for the cow, or pig, or whatever, or seal for the Inuit, or bison or buffalo for the Lakota. And you know they have this practice of once they hunt a seal, they scoop up water and give it an eternal drink, a drink so that it can pass. Death, and when we slaughter at the ranch or when we do these things, we do it like that. We acknowledge, we ask, and we thank. It's not easy anytime. For me, it isn't easy to go take a vegetable. We're shifting a relationship when we do that. Multiple, not nitrogen, remember, the whole complex of nitrogen.
It's a transmutation of energy, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And we're doing this transmutation, we're facilitating this transmutation hopefully in a sacred way.
That's the it of the duh. Right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, duh. We don't know how to do it. We weren't taught how to do it.
Yeah.
We bulldoze everything. Everything is a thing. We made it part, and we took the part out of the whole.
Yeah.
And the whole is the sacred.
Yes.
And the part is the profane. And we are living in a profane world here. We can sanctify our lives again this way, and we can live. Everybody can. They just need to do the work and bring it into consciousness and work on their beings and clear the etheric soul bridge so that you can spark. Yeah?
I love it.
Do this for yourself and for others.
Mm-hmm.
And let's recreate and rebuild the sacred. It's marvelous. It's the miraculous. We have access, but we do need to do the job.
Yeah.
Just saying, oh, I'm conscious.
No.
Sorry.
It's faith and works.
You got to do the work.
It's faith and works.
There's knowing and being, and then there's doing. We're running around doing, and we don't even know what we're doing. Every morning, or, when I make coffee, grind the beans that I don't know. I know my milk. Pretty good. We have cows. We bless our pastures. We work with all the life. We co-create in this sphere of influence called sustainable settings. We have created an arena, a sacred place. Some people come and pull into the ranch and go, what are you doing? They got out of their car and they looked up and they go, oh my God, what are you doing? We just drove from town and we hit this dome.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, what's it look like? He goes, it's raining colored light. You've created a dome here. And I go, okay. And so she goes off, and then I finally look at him and I go, dude, he goes, yeah. I go, you mean you see it too? He goes, yeah. I go, what is this? And then she says, do you see auras? And I said, I don't, but I know some people see aura.
Yeah.
Yeah. What color you are and all that. So we have people like that come that feel and trust themselves in order to feel. And that's what we are not taught to do.
Yes.
So we need to do that.
Yeah.
But
boy,
anyway.
is our education sorely lacking.
Oh my God. Oh, well, we're just to make us get in line and be cogs in their system. So let's finish this. We're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, but a lot is being elucidated through this experience.
Yes.
So it's
everything we just did is actually an amplification of attention to this place.
Everything we just did is everything.
We are in the field. We are of the field.
And we are the field.
Tremendous.
And so
liberty
what's
and
so
freedom.
incredible is that it's already done. Everything is already done.
But we need to.
We need to measure.
If you just throw
we need to measure.
And you don't bring it into conscious relationship.
Right.
From my experience, watch for the quick fixes.
I know.
And the bag of tricks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The spiritual bypass.
What?
Some people call it a spiritual bypass.
Yeah, or leapfrogging.
Yeah.
Initiatory steps.
Nice.
Watch out.
Yes. Got to do the preparatory work.
There is preparing, and then there is the evolutionary work we need to do. And there are steps. And when we get them, we're confident.
Yeah.
And we can work with confidence, and we trust our beings. I'm working with some people now, they don't trust themselves anymore.
Yeah.
So rebuilding that, the basis of this path or of this becoming.
Mm-hmm.
So, come on.
Okay.
Don't get me off on another track.
Okay.
So what is the overall vitality we're measuring? Wait, first of all, you could say, have we done the optimum amount of attention and consciousness
Have we done
to
the
bring this to its peak?
okay? Have we done the optimum amount of process, attention to bring this watering to its optimal state of beingness or becoming? And I'm getting a yes.
I'm like,
I'm getting a yes on the pendulum.
yes, it's big.
Yeah.
So what is the overall vitality now of this water?
What is the overall vitality now of this water? Is it more than one?
Is it one or more?
Is it one or more? And I get a yes.
Okay, clear your thing.
Do I have to stop spinning it? I usually don't stop spinning it when I'm doing that. Can I
it's
just?
good. I like to stop the rods and put them back in gear because I want a fresh read.
Okay.
Is it 2 or better?
Is it 2 or better? I get a yes.
Okay. You could also keep going.
Is it 3 or better?
Is it 3 or better?
Yes.
Is it 4 or better?
Yes.
Got a big yeah. Is it 5 or better?
Yes.
Is it 6 or better?
Is it 6 or better? Yes.
Is it 7 or better?
Yes.
Is it 8 or better?
Okay, now it's shifting.
Is it 8 or better? It's shifting.
It's shifting.
No.
It's a no.
Okay, so it was 7 or better.
Yeah, it was 7.
Now it's not 8. Is it, cut it in half?
Is it 7.5 or better?
Is it 7.8 or better?
No.
Is it 7.7 or better?
The pendulum says yes.
Good enough?
Yeah.
So we brought it up.
From 2.5.
Through us, watch your ego, right? Not us, through us. We and Source and all of the life we co-create with brought this into our higher resonance from 2.5 about on a scale of 0 to 5 to a 7.5. And so not only did it double, but it tripled and it went beyond our scale. Don't limit God. Right? We have to be careful not to limit Source.
Okay.
And to limit the magnificence.
Yeah, it's unlimited. It's limitless.
Right.
Consciousness is limitless. Let's toast.
Left hand?
Left hand?
Why not?
Oh, I learned something last night.
So.
That it's good to toast looking into each other's eyes versus looking at the glass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eye contact and left hand.
Thank you. Can we say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you all that is.
Everything.
Everything, everyone, visible and invisible.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
So.
Okay, so
that is a simple evocation. It cost you a little bit of time.
Yeah. The ultimate.
And you
commodity.
Raise the resonance of something that is aiding in your being and feeding.
Yes.
This is now cosmic nutrition. This is now opened the portals of the fire, the air, the water, and the physical, right?
Yes.
It's brought in the Father into the Mother in a unity.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are drinking a sacred. When we unify, we sanctify. When I do a pour over of my grounds that I do not know, I first go to the coffee. When you get going, you can work remotely, of course, that.
Yes.
And so when I ask about the coffee that came from Guatemala or Ethiopia or wherever it came from, not that I know, I say, who are you, coffee? Thank you. And if I'm clear, I'm in Ethiopia with the woman with the child on her back harvesting and picking the beans, and then the people and the guys laying it out to dry, and I can see the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
This is dangerous because when you go into our trough, our supermarkets, it's really tough. I walk by the meat aisle and they're all screaming, The pork is 7,000 pigs in a building in Iowa that aren't allowed to stand up. They don't even hit the ground. They're on slab, and they're fed not their natural diet, and they're doped up with, I mean, be careful what you wish for. You have to learn how to gate when you get amplified like that.
Yeah.
And then I go down the aisle and I look at the colored boxes of all the cereals and crackers and chips and all the color, and everybody's shouting. It's a very shallow shout. It's color and, buy me. And it's soy and corn and sugar, and it's not food.
Yeah.
It's dead. Those aisles when I look down them, and they're dead. They're not the colored light dome that the people saw when they came to the ranch to get their milk.
But we can use this process to amplify what we have access to in that moment.
To give credit, one of my mentors is Enzo Nestati.
Right.
From Italy, who's been working he was a biodynamic farmer, became the head of Demeter, which is the certifying agent for biodynamic farming for Italy. He was Demeter, Italy. And then his work and research started to expand on what Steiner gave us 100 years ago. And he became a heretic because I'm sure the spirit of Steiner was celebrating his evolution and not being stuck in 100-year-old practice. However, his research and such has been going on since the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Enzo
Nestati and Karen von Guntard is wonderful, and she found out about him, was reading about him and some of his work that was being translated into English, and started working on bringing him here. It took a few years, and finally in 2013 he came, and he started to share his research, like this stuff.
Yeah.
And what it did we were gaining freedom in the biodynamic practice to work like this, but not quite this level. And so he said, well, the last 20 years I've been playing around, experimenting and pushing, it's like when you're an artist, you have a studio and you can either use it to make product for the market, mass produce or manufacture product, or it can be like what hijack science has become, right? A product of industrial supporting the profit thing. That's hijack science. And then so the studio is, and real science is always an inquiry. And so is the art practice. And so they're kind of two camps. Those who think, oh, I'm going to make this, and I'm a potter, I'm a painter, and I'm going to, like Picasso, crank out a bunch of shit. Picasso did the most disservice to the art world of any artist, in my opinion. Duchamp stayed in inquiry. Joseph Beuys stayed in inquiry. Always. And so they're not sick. You can't, Picasso, anything he touched had this signature. Anything he touched, right? He has finesse. He had a couple good ideas, that's all. He stole from old Africans, right? And Brock. We don't have time to get into all that. Brock labored. If you go to an art museum and you look at a Brock and a Picasso in the beginnings of Cubism, Brock it's impasto. He's scraping away, and he's trying to figure it out. You can tell those canvases are just thick. And you look at Picasso's, it's facile, thin, right? And so Duchamp is every piece, is just residue of an investigation, of an inquiry. We've always been interested in the studio as a laboratory or as a place of inquiry, but it is a place properly navigated that can give birth to ideas and nurture ideas. And so we are grateful to people. This is Rose. Rose is amazing. My wife, my partner, my confidant. She's superwoman. The two of us have and our kids and others have joined us in this process. Experiment. Sustainable settings is now is well into its third decade of the inquiry and the experiment. And so we left all the art practice, and that experiment moved from the art realm into the agricultural or agrarian. We admitted finally we're all agrarians, and soil at first. First, we're going to save the planet, sustainable settings, the whales and the spotted owl and all that shit. Then we found out, well, we better save the people. Right? So once we established this experiment and project, we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We didn't know where we were going, but we understood that if we don't go, we won't know. So we have to trust enough to go.
Nice.
And stay in inquiry. But it was like the people who heard us in our mission, I don't know if they thought we were nuts, but they said, this is open. This is interesting. It's the old saying, you can't use the old thinking and way of doing things if you want to create and find a new thing, a new way. And so we've had support through the years. It hasn't been easy always.
Yeah.
Being responsible for a 240-acre ranch is a burden.
Yeah.
And it's also the greatest laboratory or studio or point of entry. And so the land became the studio. So the ranch is an experiment, and our relationship with it, the life there,
a studio,
has been the greatest teacher.
A studio and a laboratory.
Yeah.
Where blue sky open, where self-inquiry or inquiry is a major feature.
Paramount.
Yes.
Protect that freedom above anything.
Beautiful.
And once we understood who we were, the stewards of that is a big responsibility. It is humbling.
Yeah.
And so we always acknowledge, ask, and thank.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Brook, tell us about the Ute curse.
So when we arrived, we heard rumblings, even up in Woody Creek before we moved to Carbondale down here, about the Ute curse. And there are many renditions of it. And, I'm going to tell you what I have been given by the Ute, actually, by a Ute wisdom keeper, but also old ranchers, When we first got here, Bob Perry was around still, and others, and Paul Nislanik, he just passed. And so the Ute, the story as I get it, is that these transitions are violent and traumatic. So when we got here, we started hearing these stories about the Ute curse, and the way I understand it is that the Ute were here for how long, we don't know. That's an interesting thing about what's original, what's indigenous. What civilizations were here even before them.
Exactly.
Right. But that's okay. They were the current ones here.
Yes.
Columbus didn't discover shit.
Right.
Somebody was already here, that whole thing. And so when we Western manifest destiny with all of our trip rolled across the West, the conquering, whatever.
Colonialists.
Huh? The colonial,
The conquering colonialists.
Yeah. We had, there's premise and there's reason. So whatever, if your premise is conquer and dominate, you'll create every reason in the world to support that, and you're justified. This is right. Or if your premise is harmony and balance and abundance, well, then you make different decisions, and your reasons help support your, right?
Yeah.
And so the premise of manifest destiny and dominance and all of those things had their set of reasons.
Yes.
And that's what they sold to people, and they bought it, and they came out and they slaughtered and they dominated and whatever. And this is not to say that indigenous didn't war and fight and stuff. Come on. Let's not get too romantic here. They had territories.
Yeah.
It wasn't this dreamy, holiday. It was an ever-evolving, moving, as it always is, dynamic. So just to set that straight. And so the Ute curse was centered around the idea that the existing indigenous, which are predominantly Ute right here, mountain Ute, were dominated, slaughtered, and driven out. So the Ute curse, in my, what I understand is that finally, after being beat up and pushed out, and they resist and resist and resist, and finally it's done.
Yeah.
They said, fine, white man. And they shut down the chakras. They shut down the energy that they live by, the sacred. They closed it. They locked up Wemagooah, and it became Mount Sopris. Wemagooah means the sacred heart of these mountains. I mean, the spine of the earth, the Rockies, and you could go from Tierra del Fuego to the Arctic Circle, is here. The sacred heart of the mountains is here. It's heavy. She's amazing. Then Clifford Duncan said, I asked him in 2009, longer story, but I said, what's her name? And he goes, her name is Wemagooah Kasuchets. Wemagooah Kasuchet. I went, okay, thank you. Can I share it? He goes, it's like he's asking, and he said, yes, you can share that, what I gave you. He just said, yeah. And so Wemagooah Kasuchet. And so from 2009 to 17, people are asking me, what's her name? And I said, well, I was told by Clifford Duncan, the wisdom keeper for the Ute, that her name is Wemagooah Kasuchet. And then we started to do some work. And we found out through dowsing and asking her, Chage was a lock. Wemagooah, we would douse and get a heart-pounding yes. When we said Kasuchets, it fell off or it shut down. So Wemagooah, so when we did this work, we were with a Chilean guy who dropped by, another one of these people that dropped by out of the blue. I don't know, they're coming, they knock on the door, and they're doing lithopuncture. And he's from Chile, Francisco. And he's got an interpreter for English and Spanish. And he knocks on the door and goes, what are you doing? I go, okay, here we got another nut job. And within a few minutes, we're spending 5 hours together going through all the sites and all the things that we're doing there on that deeper level. But we came out of the session and we consciously tried to open her up. And his methods of lithopuncture and other things in the superorganism, too much to talk about, didn't work. And so we're on our way back into the homestead out of the super. And he said, he stops and he goes, what did you say that the elder told you? And I said, Wemagooah Kasuchich. And he goes, let's just say that together and listen to it. And it was Wemagooah, we got a yes, and Kasuchich. No, he said, okay, I want to try something. He said, that's not her name, or it's locked up or something. He goes, I want you to say, Wemagooah, out loud, with devotion, face her. So I went, Wemagooah, and both of our hearts got a pounding like that. We both looked at each other. And we're like, that's her name. And I said, so what's the deal? And he goes, it's pretty typical for an indigenous to give you what you ask for. But if it isn't time, or you're not ready, or the culture isn't ready, or whatever, or the entity, Wemagooah, the mountain, isn't ready, they put a lock on it for safety. So Kasuche locked safely. And so when I asked him in 2009, can I tell people what you just told me? He said, yes, because here you can't get to it. You understand?
I do.
Yeah. And so
he added a lock.
He added the lock. He locked it up. He said, I'm giving you her name, but you're not ready or something isn't right yet.
Okay.
And so 8 years later, we're doing this work. And so Francisco says, and this is in 17, he goes, okay, we got that response in our hearts. Let's see if this, we're testing stuff out. I want you to do this now out loud. Say her name, which we know now, Wemagooah, 7 times out loud with devotion. And okay, so we faced her, centered, and Wemagooah, bam, in our hearts. We're both like physically being moved like this. Did 7, the 7th stroke, and shift. And so how do you know? Well, the last thing I want out there is, oh, Brook opened up Wemagooah. He's already fucking crazy. For me, maybe. For us. I don't know. You have your own Wemagooah or you have your own Mount Sopris. Please have your,
Yeah.
And so, however, we got verifications from sensitives that came from other places.
Yeah.
One woman lives over in the Pass area. Really plugged in, really sensitive. Periodically, Lloyd and I would be doing things, biodynamics, and we're pushing the limits and we're making new, concoctions. And we get, sometimes in the early years, we didn't ask and we got in trouble and we got reprimanded. And she would be the one.
Mm-hmm.
She'd call up or text, what are you doing over there? And we were like little boys that had been caught, stealing candy or something. And we go, and at first we would spill the beans, and finally we learned to kind of hold and make her work a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, well, do you want to text or email about that or get on the phone? She goes, no way, I'm coming. It's 70 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right there. And she will drive over and she'll get us like, we're in trouble. 2 little boys in trouble. Like we know we were messing around. But in this case, it wasn't with Lloyd, but it was with Francisco and I. And she said, what are you doing over there? And I said, what do you mean? I know something just happened big and I'm not going to say it on the phone. I'll be right over. And so she comes over.
Mm-hmm.
An hour and a half, 2 hours later, she gets out of her car and said, what the hell? What have you, and she said, what are you doing? And I said, I don't know. It's so and so I said, well, have we been doing this? She goes, no, that's not it. We've been doing this. That's not it. We've been doing this. No. And I said, well, Francisco came from Chile and he got into lithopuncture and we tried some things to see if we could open up Wemagooah. She goes, this is it. What did you do? And I said, well, we experimented. We tried these things. And she said, I have been trying to be in dialogue and speak with that mountain for 20 years. She said, what happened? And I told her, and she goes, let me tell you something. I've been trying to talk to that mountain and I'm driving by it, working with it for 20 years. And I am in full dialogue as of 2 days ago. I go, okay. I don't get all these things.
Yeah.
Other people have different monitors or gauges.
So
this is data.
So how does this relate to the curse? The curse being
so
that the mountain was locked.
That's it. See?
And now
when they
it's
got
potentially unlocked.
Listen,
when they left, when they put a lock on
Not just
the spirit of the mountain, the spirit of
not
place.
just that. They shut down the chakras. They shut down the energy center. There's a full zodiac chakra across the river from us in that little valley that we're in with Sewells and Mabiuses, right?
Yeah.
That little. And there's a Libra chakra in our pasture field. And if you want, you can dowse for it and you hit it.
Mm-hmm.
These are emanating vortex, whatever.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
And so and there's other stuff around the valley.
Mm-hmm.
And over in Paonia, and this is, but it's shut down. And so what they did is say, fine, white man, we are living off of and in the field with all of this sacredness, and it helps us. Mm-hmm. The energy that we are looking for, we have this crazy notion we have to drill for it and mine for it. How do you think your phone works? How do you think any of this stuff is working? Mm-hmm. So anyway, the Ute curse is that the
shutdown.
Fine. You don't know what you're doing. You think you know what you're doing. We're going to close off all of the juice that we understand, the sacred connection. Mm-hmm. And you're going to come in and bulldoze and work the horizontal surfaces. Good luck. And so we are devoid of and disconnected from those levels of power, energy, frequency, things that charge life. And so what we've stumbled on, and this book is called Confessions of a Reluctant Land Whisperer. We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
And the land taught, and we listened, and we learned, and then biodynamics opened up, Shiva. Biodynamics is the Shiva, in a sense, the land work. It opens that veil of time, glimpse of eternity, and right.
Beautiful.
And so that gave us another. Oh, look, what's over? What's in there? Mm-hmm. And then you go like this, and then you start to see and feel and know by shifting your consciousness and your intention to the life we co-create with. And they're going, oh my God, thanks God, you're back. Humanity, thank you for coming by. And it's been 150 years at least. Right? Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's good stopping point.
Great stopping point. Thank you, Brook.
We got back to the youth.
How can people get in touch with you?
Well,
and what you're doing.
I mean, we have internet, as long as that's good.
Yeah.
You can probably ask your dowsing rods where we are and find us.
Why don't you list it off?
We have workshops and courses, always have. That's part of our
What's
mission.
the website name?
And the website is sustainablesettings.org.
Okay.
We also have buildsoilordie.com.
Great.
And we also have onlysprayedonce.com.
Mm-hmm.
And the all the new work, which is Woody Creek was 1.0. This sustainable settings now is moved to the Carbondale Ranch outside there, and that 240 acres is 2.0.
At the base of Mount Sopris.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're moving into 3.0, which is more dissemination, more mentoring and consulting and publishing and disseminating the crazy stuff we've stumbled on that is practical.
Beautiful. I know what I'd like to leave with. What are your 2 or 3 favorite biodynamic books that people could learn more about biodynamics?
I'll preface that by saying that for me or for us, biodynamics was this entry point.
Yeah.
Into this what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
And Steiner was a scholar, and he wrote, after being pushed, and it was the last year of his life finally, there were Austrian farmers that came to him and said, we're noticing a fall off in nutrition, in seed viability, and other issues. And this is right after World War I. So mustard gas, electromagnetic is picking up, right? And the Industrial Revolution starting to roll. So the human impulses on the earth and on the whole sphere of being was amplifying, and they saw it fall off in their relationships with the soil and the plants and the animals.
Yeah.
So they pushed Steiner, who had developed and brought together his research into anthroposophy. Waldorf schools are a manifestation in education and anthroposophical community, and the community church called, I think, and then also biodynamics, which wasn't called that at first. But he gave 8 lectures in, I think, July of 24. So just 101 years ago. And it's called, we call it the Ag Course.
Okay.
Agriculture. It's a spiritual foundation for the renewal of agriculture is the subtitle.
Great.
And this is, I wonder if he wouldn't say it's by him, it's through him.
Yeah.
And he gave 8 lectures that were transcribed, and that became the kind of the Bible or the playbook that became biodynamic agriculture. And what it did for us is crack open that veil of relationship that we now have. We're not done with biodynamics. We love it, and it's important foundational material and practice.
Great.
However, through Enzo's research and others, we've learned that, wow.
Great.
We are amazing beings.
And the course, the course that you have, the cook.
So so that is, we do teach every spring and fall, the biodynamic preparation making. After presenting that now, Lloyd and I and others have taught this course for the last 12 years. We have people returning, and they're going, okay, good, I'm practicing, I've done it. Not that we're done and exhausted it, but I'm watching you work, and there's more.
Okay.
And so they pushed a group of just 8 or 9 of them. They pushed, and so it was really it's called Where the Old Woman Cooks. And we just had a 3-day, and we had 8 or 9 people. And so that is going to be, the cycle is looking like an on-ranch 2 to 3 day intensive.
Yeah.
And then webinars, 2-hour webinars once a month. And so some people have already heard about this and they're late in coming. So we can't just have them jump in because, so we're going to have to start another group.
Great.
If that comes up.
Cool. I think I might like to be in that group. So I'll keep in touch with you.
It's just an intent. But then there's webinar, and you can go about your day, your life. And
awesome.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you, Brook.
Thank you.
Love you.
You too, man.
Thank you for joining me on Connection is the Medicine. This podcast is sponsored by the Connection is the Medicine Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to co-creating connection to self, community, nature, and spirit. I hope this conversation inspires you to connect with deeper meaning and purpose in your life. To learn more about our offerings at True Nature in Carbondale, Colorado, and Loma Sagrada in Nosara, Costa Rica, please visit connectionisthemedicine.com. Blessings on your day, and I look forward to visiting with you again soon.